New developments in a Wichita Falls homicide that's remained unsolved for nearly 2.5 years now. Yesterday, a New Mexico woman was booked into jail on a murder charge, and we're now able to confirm the charge is connected to October 26, 2022, when authorities found 70-year-old James Shearling dead in his apartment off 11th Street. Josh Hoggard joins us now with the very latest on this. Josh.
Well, Daryl, 32-year-old Janae Aragon is currently being held in the Wichita County Jail on a $1 million bond. And the affidavit that was made public this morning reveals the chilling details that police discovered over the course of their investigation. Police say they responded to a welfare check at the apartment just after 3:30 in the afternoon. The reporting party told them she lived with Shearling, but after being out of town for a few days, she returned to find Shearling's lifeless body in the kitchen. When detectives arrived, they saw Shearling on one knee by the table, his wheelchair nearby, a stab wound near his wrist, and his shirt was, quote, saturated in blood. An autopsy revealed at least 10 stab wounds, 6 to his chest and 4 to his hands and forearms, consistent with defensive injuries. The medical examiner ruling his death a homicide. Detectives also found a partially burned cigarette on an unopened can of peas with over an inch of undisturbed ash. They also discovered that the natural gas line was disconnected and a wrench was on the floor, suggesting the assailant likely disconnected the gas after the assault, then lit the cigarette in an attempt to cause an explosion to get rid of any evidence. Luckily, the gas supply was turned off. That cigarette was submitted to the DPS crime lab, who discovered Aragon's DNA on the filter. They later showed a photo of Aragon to the woman who found Shearling's body, who said she saw Aragon the day after the murder in the living room of Shearling's apartment. She said Aragon waved at her but didn't say a word. She added that another tenant had woken up one night to Aragon standing over them, saying, quote, "Is this the man we are going to kill tonight?" Then detectives learned on the same day of the murder, Aragon was arrested for criminal trespass about 2.5 hours before Shearling's body was discovered. Aragon was released the next day and at some point went back to Albuquerque, where just 30 days later she was arrested there for another stabbing, and she'd been incarcerated in New Mexico since. Now, detectives paid Aragon a visit back in February, saying that when they told her she was a suspect in a homicide, her face turned pale and her hands began shaking. She ultimately refused to provide them a statement. Now, I know that was a lot to digest, so if you want all the details on the murder charge against Aragon, just head over to our website, Texomashomepage.com.
Okay, Josh, thanks so much for that report.